Okay, screens and meters, another edition check for collected transformation. Today we're going to be checking out oversized fall of Cybertron Swindle. That's right, and I haven't did a transformation in a while, so I'm just going to do this for a quick plug and pretty much that's be about it. Okay, let's go. You want to do, if you haven't done it already, go ahead and move his blaster. That's it right here. If you haven't seen this whatsoever, you're going to move it to the side. You're going to come to him, and you're honestly just going to start pulling things apart. But since this is very brittle, very break apartable, if that is not a word or even a statement whatsoever, so to be, but that's pretty much about it. Pull the arms out here to the side, get them kind of loose and stuff, because they will get kind of stuck under there. And you can see already that the exhausts here are kind of loose. But again, I want to say the transition of color is very good on this figure. All right, you're going to take them and pull them up. And also too, just to let you guys know, guys and girls on screens and meters, to let you know the transformation, or I'm sorry, the combiner mode, it's very simple in this mode. You're going to take this and actually put this right back before we go any further than that. I'm going to take this and actually just pull this up right here. Pull this up, make sure this part comes apart, and you got to be careful because this already broke on me once. Pull that up, make sure that's there, and you're just gonna basically turn this out and about. All right, and then it's gonna pull this up, you know, almost like somebody's working on it, which is really cool. But again, that's pretty much about it. Basically, this is just it. This is his leg in combined mode, if I'm not mistaken, for as far as pictures go. And that's essentially pretty much about it. And that's generally just all what you're going to do. I mean, you can put the blaster there if you're mental to cover his head there, but that's totally up to you what you want to do it. But now that being said and stuff, you can go and move this back if you want, but if not, it's out enough. So I'm sorry, I need to move the camera up just a tad bit, and there you go. All right, so what you're going to do is have this here. Once you have Mario here, you're going to turn them up. And it's going continuation from how he was from the combined mode or the regular mode and stuff. It's very slight, really no different. All you're doing is lifting this up and down, and it is a mechanism, so you got to be careful because this will break in there if you got to see what's going on from there. Anyways, you're going to come here to the back, pull his arms out, make sure there's enough loose space from there and in. You're going to see the exhaust here move around, which is going to be normal on the figure and stuff, because again, it's very brutal. Got to be very careful. You can also use nail polish in here to tighten these up if you want to. I suggest clear coat, not mess with any contrast to the color and stuff as such, but that's whatever. Anyways, you're going to make sure it's loose and everything here. He's going to come around kind of lengthy, and you're going to move this around to the front. You're going to just pull this up, make sure you expose it. And again, this is just me, my transformation. What I'm doing has been working for me, but again, these pieces are very brittle, and Brawl's already broken on me, and I don't want any more to break on me, so whatever. You're going to separate his legs there. All right, pull this down, put it here, put his split feet in the front, put this there, have him here, move him around to the front. All right, and what we're going to do is basically move the camera back up, or move it up just a tad bit if we can. All right, and we're gonna go to that there, and then we're going to basically just pull this out, make sure there's a free enough space. And remember, this is your mechanism right here for the combiner mode, so you want to go ahead and move this back down. All right, and move this, and that's where that's going to pull him back into the front. And that part here did just that. So once you pull this down, it's going to pull this up. And that's what I said about the mechanism control. And it does, it's probably the only part that you'll probably find it being ratchet, but that's whatever from there in. All right, and you're going to have these pieces here come and plug into those ports if you guys and girls can see that. So pull it here, pull this around to the front, make sure this comes down, snap right there in person, put his head up. You gotta be careful because sometimes it will get stuck, and then you have Swindle's head there if you can see him. Now, he looks very awkward or whatever, but that's fine. We'll fix that. And what you're going to do is just take his legs in his waist area and just turn it around. I mean, you can do it beforehand. It's up to you. It's whatever. All right. So once you have him the way you want to there with the legs, and you see him just standing, make sure you pull the feet out. Almost forgot about that. And such as so. Pull the arms up. And what I've been doing that's been working for me as far as making the figure look much more proportion is I believe this is in the instructions. You can kind of have this just sits here in front. This kind of his arms come out, look like his shoulder pad. I think, if I'm not mistaken, the instructions have it to put it all the way up, and I think to turn it around in some way, if I'm not mistaken. I think they already have them already here, but just kind of have them just kind of stand a little bit better with stance and stuff and not be so lengthy and whatever. I just haven't kind of been sitting just like this, and I'm not familiar with the Fall of Cybertron figures. These are actually my first set, and due to that them being knockoffs, it is what it is on that, and that's essentially pretty much about it. And we're not going to change them back. I mean, it's just very easy and stuff, but I need to do this anyway because I'm doing a review at the same time as this. So yeah, that's pretty much about it. So yeah, but it's up to you how you want to have them, how you want to do the figure and stuff. It's up to you how you want to have the figure and stuff, and that's pretty much how it's going to go on, and that is just how the figure goes. I mean, you have the shoulders up, have them down. I mean, it sends open space in there, and it looks kind of like whatever. That's what can kind of have them down, kind of have some more space and whatever, just to fill in those gaps and stuff and such and everything, and that's pretty much about it. And you can't put his blasters in his hand. He does hold it not very well. His hand holds it very well, but it sinks down, so that's whatever on that. So, screeners and meters, this has just been the transformation for the Fall of Cybertron, oversized knockoff Swindle, sorry. And that's pretty much about it with it. On to the next.